Hello, welcome back to the next episode of our podcast. Yeah, so today we are going to continue with the topic of is Malaysian diet healthy that we already do our sharing. We already share some insights or our opinion in during last week. So this week we're going to go deeper into is Malaysian diet really healthy?
Okay,
Yeah.
before we go like very deep into that, right? I'm also curious about, for you and also for me,
Mm-hmm,
right?
mm-hmm,
For us to just share with the audience. Okay, we grew up not having that much of awareness about food because what we aware is that we have to eat a lot, right? Because that's just our culture. Every travelers know that how amazing Malaysian food is. Okay,
yeah.
yeah. So think about it. Since when you think that you started to actually having this kind of like awareness that we should eat more vegetable or we should take care of our health, reduce high fat food because of the cholesterol issue, yada yada yada. So
Mm-mm-mm.
yeah, think about it like when you think and how does it change? Like when you get to know about it.
Mm. Uh, Actually, right. As like my parents, especially my mother, she's actually very health conscious. So I think moving on to secondary school, she already started to bring in brown rice into the diet and to incorporate more vegetables. So during that time, it took me some time to adapt because she literally changed the white rice into brown rice. Like, so I don't have any option. So I go with it. But during that time, during secondary school itself, I don't really think that I do not know how it works and how does it really help with my health. What I know, it is hard to swallow. It is very dry, and I have to do it because that is the only option, or else I won't feel full. So that is the time where it started, and I was kind of forced to do that. And and during that time, I just eat whatever I have still. If let's say we go out to a restaurant, I will go back to my white rice and I will just eat as much as I want. But one thing that changed, and definitely because after I have enrolled into into my degree courses, we're studying dietetics. So it's courses that comprise human nutrition and also together with disease. So during that time, when I already when I already learned about it, I still didn't practice it.
So even though there was like one comment we get from someone unknown, they
Uh-huh.
said that bachelor science, like our dietetics degree is the most useless one.
Mm,
It's actually not, right?
no, no,
How can they
definitely
say
not.
that? Come
Yeah,
on. They said that our degree is useless.
yeah. It's like totally a wrong statement, and we are using this degree and this knowledge to actually help a lot more people. Yeah. So going back to whether I changed when I first started my degree, first, second, and third year I didn't. I like to be completely honest. I know. Okay, I started to know this food comprised of what, but I didn't really do it. But what makes me really change is actually during the last year. Yeah, the final year where when we go through when we are consulting the real patient, and then there's the feeling as in like I'm telling people to take vegetables every day, but I'm not doing so.
Sure, right.
So during that time, start to do it by myself, and also I managed to influence my family member, my brother especially, to actually change the way he eat using with the right portion and things.
But was
Yeah,
it hard, like to influence your family members? I think the hardest patients are our family members, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Correct. They have a goal to achieve, especially in terms of weight management.
Mm.
So that is one of the driving factor. Yeah, but honestly, based on my experience as well, family, in terms of to consult family member, that is that is the part where it is hard to really manage.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right. You're right.
yeah. How about you? And how does the whole thing change, or it doesn't?
Of course it changed. I think I started to really practice healthy lifestyle in 2020. Yeah. I was not like really care about what I eat, exercises, whatever it is before 2020. I had the awareness, but I don't think I made a lot of actions. But I think in 2020, after my father passed away because of liver disease, then I think I started to have more kind of like awareness and realization about like how important for us to really see diet and nutrition into our lifestyle or our daily life. It's not about just my father having liver disease, but again, like what you said, we were doing our internship and we met a lot of like patients with high cholesterol, hypertension, diabetes, and everything, and we know that we can't run away from food. Okay, we understand there is genetical like factors in it, but essentially it's because of the diet. Like how much you're trying to like run away from it, I totally believe, firmly believe as a dietitian, it's because of our diet. Like you can already having a verdict about it after what we have shared since the beginning of this podcast, like how we grew up. And I believe that all of you who's Malaysian can actually relate to this. It's because of our diet. Yeah, so I think essentially, um, yeah, after graduated, that I started to really change, and it has changed a lot. I would say in terms of how I view the food intake, the vegetable especially. I think,
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's the most important thing that I've changed a lot. Vegetable, yeah.
So along the way, I mean, I'm just curious. Throughout the study, your degree itself, is did you find any of your friends around you that already changed once starting from the first year?
I think I'm not sure about a friend who studied the same in the same course, the same program, but I think I joined organization before, so we talk a lot about sustainable food kind of thing. Like we shouldn't eat a lot of meat because of the environmental issue, because like cow secrete or something like methane gas or something that will actually cause a greenhouse effect. And then they started to become a vegetarian. They started to become like a vegan, kind of thing. And they challenged us to be a vegetarian as well. So I kind of like start to have this kind of like one think in my mind. Oh yeah, when you were young, right? When you have something triggered, you will start to think about it. You will start to trying to understand why people are doing it, right? So I think that kind of like build the awareness up. It's like a build up. It's not like something, oh, I learned in the first year and then poop, I'm gonna like change myself.
Understand.
And I believe that's the same thing happened to whole country, right? The whole community. It's not gonna change just like that, but it's gonna take a lot of time. So that's why I think one of the things as well that we focus in my fun diet is not focusing much on the number. Yeah, because I totally believe that losing weight is not hard. It's doable. There's a method. There's like a lot of method. But if let's say we don't change from the foundation, the way how we think, the way how we understand about the food, right? The way how we understand about the nutritional value, or it can be as simple as you go to groceries. Do you even check the nutritional information, for example? Do you even check like how many fat, how many calories inside it? Do you even know how to do it, right? And I think that's a basic thing for us to know as a human, a basic right before we actually put something into our body.
Yeah.
Right? We should know what we are actually eating.
Yes.
So I think that is more foundational stuff that I think we should be focusing on. And I think, yeah, that's my thought process about it. Yeah, I don't know if I answered that, but
But I really like when you say that is the fundamental thing, or what is the most foundation thing, because a lot of people will think that, oh, dietitian, only dietitian will read the nutrition label, for example. Only the dietitian will be carefully about the food. Yeah, but that's supposed to be, you are eating, every dietitian is eating, every other people are also eating the food to sustain their life, to feed their body. So that is the basic thing for you to be aware at least what is the food that you are feeding your body. Yes.
100%. And I think that's why a lot of dietitians that I can see nowadays are trying to advocate for it, like they are trying to change their lifestyle, do a lot of running. I see a lot of our classmates are doing some running stuff, right? Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, that's good, right? They're changing they're changing their lifestyle, and it all started from a person, right? And I think it's about ideology. If we talk about politics, right, it's an ideology, right? When you listen to someone that you look up at, it's their ideology, or it's the narrative that they are trying to bring in that you got influenced into, right? So it's the same thing like what we are doing as a dietitian. It's about ideology, the ideology that how to eat healthily, right? That's the ideology, how to eat healthily. And how we do it, it's various methods. And I believe that every human beings, they adapt to things differently. So if let's say we talk about keto diet, right? Maybe it worked on you, but it doesn't work on me. But that doesn't mean that you can't lose weight, right? It's as simple as that. But there may be another methods that you can actually do.
Yeah.
Disclaimer, we are not trying to advocate for keto diet, but we are not saying that keto diet is bad.
Yeah.
It has its own benefits based on research study as well. It does help for a certain kind of like patients, right? I think
Yes.
what kind of disease? Epilepsy,
Yeah.
and things like that. So it's all about knowledge at the end of the day, and that's the role of dietitians, that we are trying to advocate. We never change our vision and our mission since we started in 2020. It's always about to bring a sustainable, healthy dietary behavior for everyone. That's why that's our vision. We are not saying that we want every Malaysian to be I don't know, normal BMI.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, right? But we
Yeah.
wanted you to have a normal BMI, but at the same time, you have a sustainable, healthy dietary behavior, so that when you change, when you eat, when you deliver that to your family member, your generation later, we're gonna have a sustainable dietary change, instead of just like, I'm gonna do keto for
For a
6 months,
certain period of time. Yeah.
lose weight,
Yeah.
and then
Then go back to normal.
go back to normal. It doesn't make sense. And then you will blame the dietitian, and then you will say that our degree is useless. Pun intended.
Yeah, exactly. So when it comes to different type of diet, the most importantly is you need to know your body well and how to do it actually. Yeah. So coming back a little bit to your opinion towards Malaysian diet, do you think Malaysian diet is healthy? And no matter it's a yes or no, like yes, why?
There's no right or wrong.
There's no right
regardless,
or wrong.
right?
Yes, it's your opinion. And if it is no, how can we make it into a more healthy way?
Malaysian diet healthy or not? I won't change my answer because I've already said that in my previous video. Of course, it's a no.
Okay.
I think it relates back with, like our food intake, even how we were nurtured since we were young. It's in general, it's actually not that healthy because of how the way it's being cooked, and also the portion, right? And I think if we look back into how Malay food was kind of like created before, or how it was innovated, I would say, this is what I know. Like why Malay food has a lot of like high fat or like oil base is because back in the days where they don't have any refrigerator or fridge, so they actually use oil or make the food with like cooking with a lot of oil, because they want to preserve it longer so that they can last long, maybe for like a few days, rather than now, like of course we have fridge and also a refrigerator and stuff, right? So it can last like 2 or 3 weeks, whatever. But essentially it's because of that. But it used to be very innovative, but along the way, generation over generation, it kind of like become a detrimental to our community, because we don't know how to make it as a portion, right? To control the amount of it, whatever it is, because we might not have the right knowledge on how to do it, which I think we don't pay much of attention to it, right?
Yeah.
And I think certain kind of like educators, healthcare educators, they focus too much on the things that they are not supposed to focus on. Like they are more towards saying no, rather than, oh, you cannot eat this, you cannot eat that, rather than like how now we try to adapt into whatever that we have, because I'm very sure 100% we can't change the way how people think that easily. Example, you can't tell me, or you can't tell a Malay person, you cannot eat curry, you cannot eat gulai, you cannot eat rendang. It doesn't make sense, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense on that. So how we do it is educate people, right? And we, yes, sure, we cannot change the older generation. But what about the younger generation? They are the one that we can still change them, right? By educating them since from school. Imagine when I was young, right? I was being taught or like educated, or you should actually follow this kind of like portion when you eat. It makes more sense, right? Then I will just follow it throughout my daily life until I'm like old, whatever it is. Yeah, so I believe it's something that is doable, that is changeable. I don't know if that's even a word, but it's something that we can do. Yeah, and it's all about, or it's all started from the awareness that we have, right? And that's why there is a role of a dietitian, nutritionist to actually help to educate the people, help to make sure that people are aware about what we are eating, about whether we are eating right or wrong, what is the right portion, what is not a good portion, the source of, like fat, or the source of like high cholesterol, trans fat. Yeah. So essentially, the foundation, it's the education, it's the awareness. Yeah. Like now you can think about it. You go to a supermarket, right? Do you even check the nutrition level? I think that's a very basic thing that you need to do as a human.
Yeah.
Before you actually put something inside your body, can be like drugs, right? Or like medicine. The doctor actually knows what they prescribe, right? They know what's the ingredient of the pills or the medication. Then they can only prescribe to the patient, for example.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you think?
Malaysian diet is actually healthy or not? The short and quick answer is no, because
I thought you say yes before.
previously it's yes, as in how we can make it better.
Okay,
Yeah,
just kidding.
but generally when we talk about in the last episode on how we grown up, what is the food that we have, usually we encounter and things like that. So that would be something. If let's say to comment on that, which until now I think it doesn't change that much, because essentially it becomes a culture of the community already. So it is no. And what's more important apart of this on how can we make it healthier, it actually relies on what you mentioned just now, moderation in terms of the portion that you take. And it's pretty innovative when you bring up the point of you saying that Malay food in terms of oily to preserve more. I think same things relates back to all different types of preservation technique. All the dry fish, ikan masin, they put a lot of salt to preserve the fish. But if on another side, that could be not suitable for certain people. Yeah. And another thing that I found interesting is that if let's say we are trying to compare the food, the way how we eat the food for an older generation and up until right now, right? Previous generation, they take a lot of rice. Yes, and right now we are still taking a lot of rice. That is so-called a culture. But what is changing is in terms of our physical activity.
Yes, it makes a lot of sense.
Previously, they do a lot of farming. They do a lot of physical activity. They are very active to work and to get money and whatnot. But right now, how we work is usually we are working in front of laptop and etc. So we do not move much already. So with the changes of different generation, that must be something need to be changed in terms of our diet, in terms of the food that we put into our body itself. Yeah, so generally Malaysian diet, it can be healthy, yes, on that way, but generally it is not healthy. And a fundamental education need to be done, so that, like what you say, if let's say I was being taught from young to do like this, and eventually I will know this will be the healthier way for me to take my food.
And I think as well, like maybe the policy is not that strong, or like the collaboration between the government and also maybe the privates are maybe not sequential, or it's not I don't know, it's not like parallel, they are not working together, easy to say. Like example, now I understand there is like some schools with nutritionists helping, like to design the food intake in the school, yada. But think about it, one nutritionist to change the whole thing.
I don't think so. And I think this is actually pretty much a big topic for us to discuss about. And shall we actually include it in the coming episode?
Yeah, but people might be wondering, right, why it's suddenly so blank.
Yeah. So you might be wondering why you didn't see our video after that, because our phone is having some technical problem. We cannot continue recording. So I think that's pretty much about our sharing on whether Malaysian diet is healthy. And stay tuned for the next episode next week. And we are going to bring you a lot more content about nutrition, about us, and to share with you.
And we're going to invite some people as well to be part of our guests. So if you have any questions, or you have any suggestions, or you have anyone that you want us to feature them in, but someone that is easy to approach, of course, then you can let us know.
And yep, thank you very much for listening until here. and I hope you have a good day. See ya.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.